This segment is brought to you by Buick, exceptional by design.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. You know, it's one of those things that we very often overlook the excellent care that we're provided by who it is that protects us in our area. We're really, really happy that Houma Police Department just recently selected some of the people that are the Officers of the Year. Very glad to have several of them with us today. First, we're welcoming Detective Cody Dwaron. Cody, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we appreciate it. Sitting next to him, Officer Christian Hidalgo. Christian, thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, Detective Cody Dwaron, the Non-Uniform Officer of the Year. Christian Hidalgo, our Police Officer of the Year. And we also want to say a little shout out to Dispatcher Brandy Gregoire, who's the Civilian of the Year. So really excited. I love the fact that you guys are sitting in a room. Y'all got told we have the awards banquet. Come on in, and you find out there that you got it. Detective, tell us what that was like.
It was a really good feeling. We knew there was an award ceremony, and you know, it could be a vast majority of awards that we could be getting, from shooting awards to recognition for Officer of the Quarter. Whenever they announced Officer of the Year, it was a shock, but it was definitely a good feeling.
Wow, I love it. And again, as a detective, you know, you've kind of done the ranks of other different things, become a detective, and as a non-uniform officer of the year, it's got to be awesome.
It is. It definitely is a good feeling.
Very cool. Christian, how about for you?
So I had no idea. It was definitely a surprise for me. I thought I was there for my wife, because my wife was actually the one that put it together. She kept it a big surprise for me. So
Wow.
it was definitely a shock for me as well.
All right, very cool. So not only can she keep things private with y'all, she can keep stuff from you.
Yes, sir.
All right, sometimes we got to do that, right? Just one of those things. Let's talk a little bit about your history. And first and foremost, thank you for your service. More than anything, you guys are so very respected and honored. We appreciate what you do, the hard work that you do every day. I mean, I'm always calling you guys about something, always talking with Travis, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But tell us a little bit about your service and how long you've been with the department.
So I've been with the Houma Police Department for almost 7 years now. I started on the road, then I joined the SWAT team about 2 years after I started. Almost 3 years after I started, I moved to the Detective Bureau. And since I've been there, I've worked pretty much anything you can think of.
Yeah.
My focus now is more juvenile crime.
Oh, wow. Very good.
Anything involving juveniles.
Difficult.
It takes a special person.
Yes, it does. Listen, I got to tell you, look, people ask me all the time, you know, I do home health and hospice. How do you deal with that all the time? God bless you. That is tough work.
We appreciate the support.
Absolutely. It's a big deal. So on behalf of those of us who are clinicians, we know how hard that work is. We're glad to partner with you to take care of those people that, quite frankly, had been treated not the way that they should have been. But we've got you to take care of and honor them. So we appreciate it. Christian, how about you, man? Tell us your story.
I've been with the department for about 6 years. I actually left the sheriff's office and went over to HPD. I was with the sheriff's officer about 9 years before that.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, I went over and actually started working as an SRO over at Terrebonne High School.
Wow.
And just recently, actually, in about past 8 months, I joined the SWAT team for the HPD as well.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. So what a great path, right?
Yes,
to
sir.
get you where you are. And I love the fact that we have opportunities, right? We talked about Travis Terrio, of course, Chief of Police for Houma Police Department, does a great job of really seeing the potential in people and really kind of letting them see where they can be and where their focus is, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I love the fact that, just speaking of you guys, detective, officer, and of course with SWAT and with Brandy as dispatcher, let's talk a little bit about this well-oiled machine. We only see the outside. You guys have such great work. Let's talk about it from a detective standpoint.
So it's definitely a team effort. Everything starts with dispatch. I'd say 90% of the calls come through dispatch, and then it'll go through patrol.
Right.
And patrol will handle as far as they can get.
Right.
And then it'll come over to the detective bureau if that's where the case gets routed to.
Right.
And then we keep on going with more assistance again.
Right.
From patrol, from dispatchers, with their different information that they can provide. patrol, your boots on the ground, you know, everything. They're the backbone of the entire department.
Yeah. So it's finding, putting those pieces together, right? Getting the
Absolutely.
pieces from everywhere else and kind of getting a picture of what to do and how to do it.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Christian, how about you? Your perspective on y'all teamwork?
He's absolutely right. It is a big team effort. And a lot of these calls that we get in, all the information we get when we first come out is coming from our dispatchers, and our dispatchers are the ones talking to these people most of the time before we even get there. So
Yeah.
they're a big help.
Yeah, listen, I was just telling, we were talking a little bit before we started. Cody and I were just talking about the fact that I do the CIT training. So I help with the different aspects of dementia, and dispatch and how much information they gather and how good the information is invaluable to what you guys need. Both as you're coming in, whether it's SWAT or you know, police uniform and detective, figuring out what's happening and how to go about that. Dispatch really starts the process. I like the fact that we go back to that. Like you mentioned, it's going back and finding out the rest of that information. Because very often while you guys are on the calls, while you guys are out there doing your investigative work, they're still gathering more data. And then they come back and we put all that together, right? So just a last thought, the good feeling about being able to be named a police officer of the year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely great feeling.
Yeah, very good. How about detective of the year?
Absolutely. Great feeling.
Very good. I know you got to be feeling the love from your colleagues and from your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's a really good thing. So, guys, congratulations. And again, want to congratulate Dispatcher Brandon Gregoire as well. Thank you for the hard work that you do every single day, keeping us safe. Cannot thank you enough for that.
Thank you for your support, sir.
All right, you got it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by Cardiovascular Institute of the South, providing our patients the highest quality cardiovascular care available.